Hey guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about Coolsculpting. You can see I have the machine behind me. We have it here in the office. I've just never actually used it on a patient. There's a rare complication for Coolsculpting called paroxysmal adipose hypertrophy. What that means is basically an opposite effect on the fat than what was actually expected. So in a small percentage of patients who have Coolsculpting done, the areas that they sculpt, instead of shrinking away, the fat actually expands and grows. It's become a well-known issue after Linda Evangelista came out publicly stating that she has had this complication. And the truth is, as somebody who deals in body contouring and whose specialty is really in the management of fat and skin in the body, I have seen more than my fair share of this PAH complication. So as rare as it is, I have to say, it's really not that rare. It is unfortunately something we encounter. And I have a nice patient to talk to you about. It's a woman that I saw who had had Coolsculpting done at an outside facility and had that exact complication. And what's really interesting about this patient is you can see the areas of growth on her abdomen, the areas where the fat expanded instead of shrinking, and it actually looks as if it's the exact shape of the Coolsculpting paddles. Those are the paddles that go on your skin and suction up the fat so that it can freeze the fat. So she actually has 3 very specific growths on her abdomen that really resulted from expansion of the fat. And it was a complicated reconstruction to go back in. We went back in, we liposuctioned the fat as aggressively as we could, and we also tried to break up some of that scar tissue and used some lasering to try to get the skin down tight. But even with our best efforts, I'm not sure that we can get all of that corrected through a minimally invasive procedure. She may find herself with a tummy tuck in the future, but we've certainly made a huge improvement, and you can definitely see that in the photos, and we'll make sure to post that. But when a patient comes in and asks for Coolsculpting, the first thing I always mention to them is make sure you know about those potential complications. There are others, but the others are, in my mind, less troublesome. This PAH complication, and I'm very happy to see that it's kind of made its way into the mainstream, is really something that people need to be aware of, because it is the exact opposite of what they're hoping to achieve, and it really does cause, in some patients, an irreversible or a difficult to reverse change. Liposuction exists. There are other lasers that also exist that try to help with a little bit of fat loss, but for the most part, patients really do benefit more from a liposuction skin tightening procedure than anything else. And when it comes down to it, cost actually ends up being about the same. You know, Coolsculpting sounds nice on paper. It's definitely cheaper than liposuction, but the truth is you're not going to get the results you hope to get with one treatment. Plus, with this now risk of PAH, which people are finding out about, it's definitely a risk most people are not willing to take. But let me know if you have any questions. Send me a message, send me an email, come into the office. I'd love to talk about it.